Debbie. James. Have a good night, Debbie C. We love you, Debbie C.
That's what I
Hello,
was
Lord.
waiting on, Mom. You give me the cue.
Mm-mm-mm. Grace, you still in here, honey? If you're coming in, just come in and say hi. That's good enough for us, so we can say hi back. Hey, Debbie. Thanks, Connie. Thanks, Cindy. James, you little smartass.
It's better to be a smart ass than a dumbass.
What's showing is what? Oh, okay. Okay, Grace is here. Okay, good. Barbarian, Sherry, Ruth. Hey, Renee. Hi, Kristen.
Harry.
Beach Mimi, Rosie, Peaches and Cream, Diana, Katie, Dragonfly, Grace. Okay, awesome. Come on, y'all. Y'all can come in and say hi. It ain't gonna hurt. The H and the I, and we're good. Hope everybody's doing good. Now, Gracie had asked about what had Callie's name on it. Hi, Cara. Thanks, Rosie. Um, it was an email to Tracy. Tracy communicated with Callie. And I don't know if people seen the videos with some of the chats that were put out and what Callie did and how she talked about Tracy. Brittany, you silly. Hey, Harry. How you doing, darling? Well, Tracy, she Tracy could be long stroked in her writing. Okay, about the effects of what was going on with anxiety, the panic, and the trauma and different things. Uh-huh. Oh, well, good, Harry. I'm glad to hear that, darling.
Good night, Wozy.
Hey, Toxic.
Hey, Mom.
You're good. Hi.
Wozy says good night.
I can't hardly hear you, honey.
Wozy said good night.
Rosie said goodnight.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. God, it's so hard to
What's up?
hear you. You was choking through the phone? Okay. Anyway, back in March of 2025. Okay, Brittany. Phew. Look at the messages at what Callie did today. Mm. Is it going to piss me off? What messages am I looking at? What episode? Okay, what are you talking about?
YouTube.
Okay, well, that tells me a lot. Where is it? What's it under? Okay, Gracie.
Come and cast the spaghetti
Okay, hang
dinner.
on. I'll
Maker,
just
I
look
mean.
Prime and
Sorry.
Cast up. Well, I can't look at it through here, honey. Truth gets deeper with reporting, part 2. Which one is it?
It's part 1 and part 2.
Now, I kind of skimmed through one. Which one is it? Okay, great.
Can you hear me?
A little bit better, yeah. Okay, what parts is said by who about who? Because, I mean, both of these are like an hour and 6 minutes. In it, they admit to speaking to each other all the time, which basically tells us everything. What do you, whoa, what? Admitted to speaking to each other, like, what do you mean?
Hello?
Hey,
Oh my gosh, I've never been on here before.
well, welcome up, honey.
Okay, so oh my god. Well, the first episode came out like 2 days ago, something like that.
Yeah,
Um, and Callie's going into those text messages again, and she's kind of just going like through different narratives that I don't know how to explain it. Like if you go from like the lives on TikTok and then back to watching these YouTube videos, you can like fill in the blanks, like when they don't name names here, but they do here. You know what I mean?
yeah, I know there was some text messages in question. Um, uh,
I
from
mean,
another video that I seen.
like on this live the other night on what is it, exposing dirty or what is it, exposing dirty money or something? You know what I'm talking about?
Kind of, sort of.
She's in Florence.
Oh,
exposing dirty Southern money.
Yeah.
She had a live the other night
Okay.
about Murdoch. And of course, Crime and Cask, shows up in there.
Of course.
And I cannot, I just can't, I can't stand him with all my heart. I cannot
I can't either.
stand him. So I just went on and on about him being a felon and all that. And I ended up getting kicked out of the live.
Oh, Lord.
And so in this episode that came out today, Crime and Cask was talking about how in that live that there was somebody in there bashing him the whole time, and by the end of it, they liked him. And I was like, I can't cuss, can I? You mother. No, because I got kicked out of that live. Thank you.
Well, at one point, I told him, come up on panel and let's discuss what we were discussing at the time. It was talking about, Micah's, unaliving event.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I'm cooking spaghetti. He made every excuse not to come up on my panel. Every excuse. And I'm like, uh-huh. Don't take
They're
that
just so hypocritical. Like every episode, they just go against what they said the previous episode. Like it drives me insane. Drives me insane.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but Callie is scheming like she always is on this episode.
Well, I'm what she did to Tracy was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
She put birdies out in people's ears to have, and that's why Tracy's stuff was being removed off the Justice for Micah book faces.
I remember that that's why all this started in Danielle's live was because Veronica was calling Callie out, and that's how all this I feel like started.
Yeah, and then I guess she become a paranoid bitch, like she admitted. And then it involved me into something I didn't even know nothing about. So, she just wants to use whatever she's got, police report wise and so forth, I guess, to gain people back in her lives. I guess it makes her feel good with her master's degree and shit. So, I mean, she started a whole can of shit with me and I got receipts. So it don't matter at that point. But I just want to know what happened at the end of the day. So if anybody hears, please just let me know. Screen record it, whatever.
I'm in Tennessee, so I don't know that. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I lost my train of thought.
Well, the email that she wrote Tracy, March 11th of 2025 at 1:17 in the afternoon. Tracy loved putting up what was going on with her, what issues it can cause, symptoms it can cause, and stuff from the ongoing abuse and trauma. And Callie wrote, just stop. I am not your abuser. It's not fair of you to send me emails like this. And this is the last time I will respond to you.
Oh my God.
If you want to discuss resources or if you want to have a productive conversation, that would be different. This is not what it is. It serves no purpose to blame me, and these tactics are not going to pressure me into doing what you want. You're under a gag order, so ask me to interview you is asking me to do something unethical and possibly illegal. Further, sending me emails like this could ethically obligate me to contact mental health professionals if you're saying that you want to unalive. I have done everything I know to do to try to help you. I've done everything within my power. I get that it is not enough part of it was cut off. I got that you think I could do more.
Hey.
I just muted your mic. Bright, Darla, And see, within my power, I get that it's not enough. I get that you think I could do more and I can't. I hope you have contacted the woman's shelter in order to explore many ways they can help. Please do not send me any more messages like this. She replied. Tracy said, silence unalives victims. Don't let them say I didn't reach out. Don't let them say there is a drug I could be taken or a doctor that I could have seen. I could have gone to the hospital. I have stopped. That does not stop a psychopath. Let them say that the brain damage. Let me see if I can figure out where that one left off. Okay, this consistent abuse shrinks those pathways of the frontal lobe slowly. And she goes on to what goes on. Fight or flight response prepares the body to fight or flee from danger, which triggers the somatic nerves system. I mean, she went into detail about all of this stuff. All of the body's brain resources are diverted to, everything. And Kathy wants to turn it around as if she's saying something that she's not. Yes, victims are constantly told they need treatment. People need to know to stop doing this to victims. Do you know that the brain damage that is the result of constant relentless psychological abuse? The actual physical changes of the brain, the actual shrinking of the frontal lobe, and goes on into that. And then she said, they will just continue, wonder why victims didn't reach out. Why didn't she seek help? We do constantly. We do reach out. We do seek help. We do know treatment is available. We know it's effective. We know healing is possible. We know that more than most. We want more than anything to heal. Help us put out the fire so that can happen. Don't tell victims to get help. We do. Don't tell victims that therapy is available. We know we're in therapy. We do everything possible that we can to fight the symptoms to survive another day. We can't process, heal, or move forward with compounding trauma that is consistent. You can't treat burns while the skin is on fire, but victims are told those burns are killing you. You have to get them treated. Which makes a lot of sense, to be honest. No matter how many times you beg and plead with people to understand that the fire needs to stop in order to address the burns. The same people who tell you to stop speaking the truth gather at fundraisers to chant, silence unalives victims. The abuse is the problem, not the victim's reaction. And the mental health thing, really, the compounding trauma from abuse is the problem, remember? How would a mental health professional stop the abuser, stop the trauma? No doctor, no rug, no treatment. It can't fix trauma responses.
Yep.
See how victims get frustrated and angry? This is what happens to victims. This is real and raw. This is the kind of thing that people need to know. Yet instead, they're offended by it. I didn't ask you to publish an interview. I asked you to do an interview. I can't organize and put together my experience. Severe trauma doesn't allow victims to do that. The abuse is the problem, not the victim's reaction. And all the mental healing, really compounded trauma from the abuse is the problem. The mental health professionals need to stop the trauma. The level of cruelty, evil, sadism, and that there alone tells me that I'm almost 100% positive. In my opinion, Callie talked to Jerry. Let me see. Missed a comment here. My girlfriend had sister that got away from 20-year abusive relationship, and the doctor made her strong. She got away from it. Tracy wasn't able to get away from it. Which part, Isabella? Callie and Missy stopped a lot of people. What? What do you mean, Misty? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa.
No, no. Now, I knew Callie did. Oh, hold on. Hey, Fallen Star. Well, how did Misty stop any of it? Okay. Okay, Darla. Mental health professional, stop the trauma from the level of cruelty and evil, sadism, what it does to victims. What? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, Grace, you can unmute. Hit your microphone at the bottom. Don't mess with my Callie. Grace, you're muted. There you go.
That's what Misty always said. Don't mess with my Cali Lions.
Wow. That's it. Hey, Holloman, honey. That I believe. Now, when I heard, when Danielle played what Jerry said to Danielle, he went through, oh, she got onto the kick of justice for Micah. He even was saying how it was narcissism, abuse, evil, and sadism was her latest. How would he know that if he didn't talk to Callie?
Do you think that she went to talk to him like after Tracy contacted her?
Jerry stalked Tracy on the Justice for Micah Facebooks. He is still on some of those Justice for Micah Book of Faces. He has made a comment on one of them that people are profiting off of Micah's unaliving. He even made a comment on Robbie Harvey's video or post. But let me hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me shit, crapola. Let me put this in a new tab and go to. I'm gonna see if I can just play it. Screw it. I don't give a fuck what Jerry or Danielle thinks. Fuck it. They can both kiss my cootie.
Amen to that. Amen to that, Mom.
No, that sadism was her latest thing. Yeah, that's why I did the video. Holler. Okay, let me go to it because I still have it on private.
Does Danielle have all these messages too from Callie?
I don't know what the hell she has because Danielle's with Misty and all them, so I'd say that she knows a good portion of it.
She's with them currently, or like you're talking about
Yeah.
teens?
She's been with them for over a year.
No. I thought you meant like physically with them. Like at the same location. I get what you're saying though. Same team. Yes, I understand that.
Yeah.
I just wonder what happened, how Callie got kicked out.
I don't know. I'm going to try to get it on the point. So if y'all can mute and I'll play it.
Okay.
It's going to get louder in a minute.
And after the nearly $35,000, the guardian ad litem, my lawyer, mediator, the psyche valve, inner follicle drug test, everything I've passed, I've needed to refinance my house because I'm paying about $1,400 a month on credit card interest alone. I got all the paperwork drawn up. I was approved for refinance to consolidate all my cards. But Miss Hermes was on the title to the house. So no loan could get processed without Miss Hermes' signature. I offered her $30,000 to sign the form so that she could get a place to live because she had no true residence all of 2025. She stayed with friends. She stayed at hotels. She was all over the place. That's it. It's 30 grand. Get yourself set up. Hopefully get the help, the treatment you need, and we can move forward and parent our child. She never responded to any of that. And then I'm going to tell you all the details. On December 4th, 2025, she came to my house while I was at work. I have video of her pulling in the driveway and walking in the front door of my home that I share with our minor child. She walks around the house a few times, and then she notices the camera I have indoors on the front door. And she unplugs the camera.
Danielle.
At approximately 2:55 on December 4th, I saw the alerts from my camera system, and I don't pay much attention to them because I've got cats that walk around all day long.
Okay, we'll pause right there. He said approximately 2:55. 2:55 was Tracy's latest, her last post on the Book of Face. Uh-huh. Can y'all hear it okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
But for some reason, I decided to check the alerts. And lo and behold, there's Miss Hermes at the house. I tap my boss on the shoulder and I'm like, I've got a family issue I have to attend to. I'm leaving early. I left my place of work, which is approximately 25 minutes from where I live, from where my home is, and I called 911. 911 was informed that she is at a house that she is ordered to not be at. They sent a responding officer. On my camera system, at 3:04, I see an officer approach the house. Very nonchalant, just kind of checking out what's going on. Video cuts off because I don't have a very expensive subscription. I just want a quick clip of any motion detected. 10-second clip. Oh, the next motion clip is, I think, at 3:08, and it's 4 cops approaching the front door. All 4 with guns drawn.
Pew-pews.
2 of them with rifles. Because I believe she took her life in the presence of the police. I arrived at my property at approximately 3:30. I pulled in my driveway. I was immediately stopped by the police and told to get out of my driveway. They said, sir, this is my home. They looked at me and said, not right now, it's not. And I backed out of my driveway. As I'm backing out of my driveway, they were putting crime scene tape up. My daughter gets off the school bus at 4 p.m. Okay? So, had I not seen her on those cameras, my daughter would have got home about an hour later and found her dog and her mom deceased with self-inflicted gunshot wounds on the deck of my pool.
Oh, wow.
Warren County Police, because Ms. Hermes has made allegations that Warren County Police are for some reason covering up all this documented abuse that is really just a couple arguing after a 20-year relationship is coming to an end.
Right.
We're trying to figure out how we move forward. I said the Warren County Police called in the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, better known as SLED in the state.
Right.
And they investigated the scene. They sent the CSI team from Columbia, South Carolina, which is 3 hours from Myrtle Beach, down to investigate the scene. I interviewed with SLED. I gave SLED permission to search the house. I also provided SLED with a DNA sample because I have absolutely nothing to hide. I wasn't involved. And that's the story. Now, Ms. Hermes there was a young woman that committed suicide in early 2024 named Micah Miller. Tracy likened herself and posted in these Justice for Micah Miller pages on the regular. And she was also contacting and asking journalists to quote unquote expose me. And nobody took her up on it because she presented what she had and nobody wrote a story about it. I don't know if you've read the Myrtle Beach SC.com article, but that is about as untrue of an article as I've ever read in my life.
Yeah.
I have had custody of our children of our minor child for almost a year.
Wow.
Today is the 2-year anniversary of me moving out. She got into that social media algorithm of spousal abuse, coercive control, narcissism, psychopath, and then lately sadism has been her go-to word in her post.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Holy shit. When I read that, Satanism. That's what leads me to believe. No, that's the way he sounds. No, that's the way he sounds. Now, some of the background noise, what got me is Danielle took this call while she's at work. After he says this garbage, she goes, I, really? I'm at work. Can I call you back tonight? I'll be telling my boss I'm taking an extended break. I'll be there shortly. I'm just saying. Now, he gave time frames. Well, he mentioned that the first alert was at 2:45. Now, between the time that he noticed the alert, looked at it, saw her walking around and even unplugging a camera, there's 2 or 3 minutes at least. So did take the kids in last year, other year having to fight him almost 2 years. Welcome in from Australia. Okay, so from 2:55 to the time he taps his boss on the shoulder to leave, and then calls the popo. Right, Candy? So from 2:55 to what time was the 911 call? But at 3:04, the first cop shows up nonchalant, sees there's nobody in the car, walks to the front door, knocks, nobody answers, walks around the property, and finds her. Why doesn't his report state when he found victim where a pew pew was, or even mention the dog? So 3:04, the first cop shows up. 3:08, 4 more show up with pew pews. Right? Why did they have them out? And why did the first cop state that he released the ambulance, which means it was staged? You only stage an ambulance when you know somebody needs one. Exactly. That's why I want to hear the 911 call. That's why I want to see more of the police reports. Let's see, Danielle has all that. She don't want to give none of it up. Yet. I guess she wants to be the big hero in this process. Her last Facebook post was she made 2 posts that day. Hold on. I gotta grab my other stack of shit. Oh. Hold on.
The gas bill was over 140.
What?
Yeah,
Damn.
I think he keeps turning the bloody thing up. Like real high, like up to 4, middle of 4.
Good Lord. Can you get me a can of the wings?
Yeah. I mean, I know he has Arthur kicking his ass, but god dang, it ain't cold in here.
Turn it down a little bit.
I do every time I see it.
Don't forget the can.
Yeah. You're half.
Sorry, my son just come in. Hold on for a second. I had too many damn printouts. Okay, that can go in a separate pile. That's part of my FBI report. That part is Danielle being stupid. Oops, comments got stuck. His effort to try to clear his name only gives more questions. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
FBI report. Here it is. When he finally had her evicted, he had tried 2 other times to have her evicted. Why do you say that, Candy? Okay, that's where Jerry stalked the pages. I thought that was it because it had Facebook. Okay, here it is. There was 2 posts. One was December 4th at 8:51. Oh, God. Okay. One was that morning and says, I can't survive the trauma symptoms any longer. I'm going to pass away from them. Safety is the only way to heal from trauma, the only way to keep the symptoms from continuing to unalive me slowly. I've been in a state of neurobiological and psychological paralysis for close to 2 years. My body will unalive me soon. I can't survive without safety. It's scientific fact. I will be here until Horry County tells the truth, or I'm unalived. I can't keep waiting to pass away so they can sweep another unalived victim under the rug. If I have to pass away, I will do it right here at Horry County Courthouse. So the corrupt cowards who protect the psychopath monsters have the knowledge, have to acknowledge my passing is due to their corruption. I will not leave until I'm safe or gone, pass away. Do the right thing and send me home safely, or watch me pass away from what you've done. My children need to know I fought to survive until my very last breath. That was that morning, that afternoon, December 4th, 2:55. The Horry County cops, Heather Cannon is actually not a cop. She is a guardian ad litem. William Pavey, Alex Sanders, and everybody else who helped the depraved psychopath, sadistic psychopath, and his full name, terrorized me until I passed away from it, destroyed our children from the inside out while you watched. F you, F you, F you. That was at 2:55. Hi, Elfie. He is a IT tech for all of Horry County. I don't know if he has access to it or not, but he's still on a few of the Justice for Micah. Yeah, he makes big bucks. No, that was the day she died. Speedy Grandma, she died on the 4th, not the 5th. Hey, Color Me. I want to know why Callie even talked to him. And I truly believe she did. I truly believe that bitch did. Okay. Let me get straight here. Not only did Tracy talk about the Popo, she also talked about Regina Ward. Now, another email she wrote, Callie, after Callie wrote her what the hell ever. And that's exactly the point I was making. Blame the abuse, not the reaction to it. I send you bits of victim stories, the reality of pathological psychological abuse. When we speak our truth, we are blamed for it and shamed for it. That's what I'd like to know. That's what I'd like to know. Oh, Brittany. What's wrong with your volume today?
No.
Huh?
I said I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
what's wrong.
She goes on to say, you think this means that I think you are the abuser? Question mark. These are thoughts of a victim. This is what happens to us. Experts point this out in high profile cases when asked, why do victims isolate? I don't know. This is my truth. I should not speak it? Question mark. There's nothing you can do about it. You repeat the important words methodically as you fight to get your point across because you know people don't understand what you're saying. They hear you, but they don't understand you because you sound crazy. You do, just like a psychopath has been telling everybody over and over and over. And you know, you sound crazy. The victim blaming that results adds to already compounding traumas, especially damaging, because it comes from those you reach out for support. You find yourself increasingly trying to get yourself to people who don't understand. I can't understand. And that makes us angry. And anger makes people blame us. And so on and so on. I'll leave you alone. I won't reach out anymore. I will further isolate. I'll be silent. Because that's what victims do. I've just been too stubborn to give up trying to be heard. We want more than anything to heal. Help us put the fire out so we can. Don't tell victims to get help because we do. We do everything possible we can to fight through the symptoms to survive another day. We can't process, heal from, and move on from compounding trauma while it continues to compound, while the flames remain. So thanks for the resources, but they can't stop the abuser from abusing. The trauma from compounding. They can't expose the abuser. Silence unalives victims, but exposing the abuser is unethical. That's the reality a victim lives. Stopping the abuser is the only way to stop the abuse. Exposing the abuser is the only way to do that. But we're not allowed to do that. And that makes us angry. And anger makes people blame us. And that was some of the communication that I got between Tracy and Callie. Now, Callie, I would love for her to answer why she talked to the abuser. Make that make sense. What happened, Brittany?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. It's better now, right?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I want to know how it is that Tracy uses a word in an email to Callie and Jerry repeats it. Make it make sense. Um, Now, in February of 2024, Tracy was trying to get another job. And going through these text messages, I understand how she can lose employment because of him. Whoa. How long were her and Jerry? 20 years. Tracy told him that she had got all the answers right, I guess, on a segment of whatever she was applying for. And he said, "Great, when do you get paychecks?" She said, "I get paid the first and third Friday." They're expanding in the area, so it's on the fast track. Jerry says, "Okay, good luck. I'll be patient until April 1st. In April, we need to begin to divide everything up and figure out who's keeping the house and how much." Then he goes on to say, "If I can come up with an amicable agreement, we can probably save ourselves some money on lawyers. I mean, it's been 2 months since we separated. We're clearly not getting back together. We need to start moving towards a final agreement that we both are happy with." He goes on to say in another text message, "Moving towards a divorce might actually help you be able to be in the same area code as I am." The biggest thing I remember in that statement of you not needing me financially, I don't think it matters when you said it. It's you said it. Are you going to ignore me or ignore the future for long as possible just to keep me in limbo as long as possible? And then he says, "Hello, this behavior right here with you ignoring me is why I never want to get back together. Borderline abusive." How can he call that borderline abusive? Now, her last text at that point was 11:18 a.m. He started his text at 11:24, then 11:29, 11:30, 11:30, 11:32, 12:26, and 12:30. She texted him back at 12:32. "I'm talking to my boss."
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I don't really know you and you probably don't know me, but um I'm coming here in peace, but I just want to know that I want you to know that I've been following this, and I know Misty personally, and what you're saying about her is completely not true because she doesn't have anything to do with Callie. And I've
What
been
did I say
listening
about her?
to this. I've been listening to this entire live, and I heard the entire hour-long conversation that she had with you last week. And Grace, you didn't receive hate messages, so I don't understand why you guys are
So
speaking
what
on
did I
her. I've
say?
seen the
What did I say
messages.
about Misty?
I don't know. Maybe you should unblock her so like she could actually have a conversation with you. But I don't think it's okay to lie on people knowing where
What
she
did
is
I
and what
lie
she's dealing
about?
with right now.
What did I lie about? Please
That
tell me.
you said that she still talks to Callie.
I didn't say she still talked to Callie. I was reading something in the comments that I repeated that she separated from Callie.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that that was clarified, that Misty doesn't fuck with Callie.
For you to interrupt me talking about Tracy
Well,
was
I'm
kind of rude.
sorry. I'm sorry, but you guys are on here spreading misinformation. You're in here saying that Misty knew or
She
claimed that she
spoke
knew
of her
Micah.
name one time, and we've
He
been
never.
talking about
I don't
Tracy.
care. I don't
Don't come
care.
up here. No,
I just drove
no,
22.
no, no. Don't fucking come up here and not let me talk. What the hell's wrong with you? That's bullshit. We're talking about Tracy. Okay? Plain and simple. Don't get me twisted. Don't get me twisted. Don't come up here and be rude to me. The only time Misty was even brought up was in relation to Callie. I read a comment, and that should have been the end of it. Other than that, we've been talking about Tracy, and we've been talking about her ex. And for somebody to interrupt what I'm doing to talk about Tracy, to talk about somebody else, okay? And the last conversations I had with Misty was because of Danielle, okay? We're not going to revisit that right now. It's about Tracy. It ain't about Misty. It ain't about Joe Blow. It's about Tracy. And you interrupted that. I don't appreciate it. So if I'm reading a message or a comment that they had separated, she separated from Callie. What else was said? You're going to come up here and I'm reading these text messages and you want to change the subject to Misty. This ain't about Misty, okay? If you want me to get frank about it, I can get frank about it since you wanted to bring her up because I'm not in the mood. I never said that. Try again, barbecue. I didn't say that. Remind me later, mods. I'm going to post this whole fucking live on YouTube. Don't get me started. Don't. I'm not in the mood. I'm talking about Tracy. It was said in the comments that Misty separated from Callie. Okay? I'm not Darla. This is my live. Okay? I can't check my DMs and be on live. So move on, barbecue. I'm reading text messages. And if I didn't say it, don't interrupt me. Okay, so she didn't separate with Callie? So Callie's still with Misty. Which is it? Because see, when I'm reading, I'm not reading comments. So what do you want me to fucking correct? She is not. That's what the comment I read. She separated from Callie. Any more problems? Take it up with the person that commented. Don't come into my live and disrespect me. Correct what? I read a comment that Missy separated from Callie. What part is wrong? Jesus fuck. If that's all you're going to do in here, you can just leave. I'm not in the mood. You go to the person that said the shit and take it up with them, not my live. You understand? No, we're not doing this. I'm going back to reading text. Take it up with another person. I said Callie was in cahoots with Jerry. Duh. Yeah, I'm going to download the comments too. So don't block her. What you did was wrong. Okay? I didn't say in cahoots with nothing. If you want to make her the topic, we can. It's your choice, barbecue. And barbecue, I said Danielle has been with Misty for over a year. Exactly, color me. And maybe some people need to understand when we want justice for a victim. Barbecue, don't bring shit in here. I'm sick of people. No, I'm talking about Tracy right now. And we're getting back to that. You want to have a conversation? You can come back later. I'm not doing this with you or any of you. Now, we're going to get back to the text messages. Now, all this time that he was doing all these text messages from 11:24 to 12:30. Okay? When she finally said, I'm talking to my new boss. Fucking bullshit people, I swear to God. Don't say justice for Tracy, because if you were, you'd be listening instead of interrupting about someone else. Anywho, same day, February 12th, that this text message thread started at 11:02. Now we're at 12:34, which was 2 minutes after her last message that I'm talking with my boss. I'm working hard towards the future, she said. I do appreciate you agreeing to communicate only when necessary about the children so that I can work more quietly. I understand your updates. How? Oh, I understand you want updates. How about once a week so I can concentrate on what I need to accomplish? So he answers back, I don't want updates. I want an agreement so I can start planning where I'm going to live. He goes on to say, you know, as well as I do, you can't afford Palmetto Street, especially after adding $125,000 second mortgage. Wonder if that was the kitchen remodel. Okay. Okay, barbecue, you don't know me and what I've been through. You stopped me talking about Tracy to come up on my panel to talk about Misty. Okay? We're done with it. On a post you did, he said something about it, about if you want to live in the same area code. I don't know what that meant. I don't know what that meant, Darla. He continues to say, I'm walking away from the house being left. Nothing that would be insane. So Tracy says, I'm working. I am sure I will know what my situation will allow by April, as long as I can concentrate on this, agreeing to communicate only when necessary about the children will help me tremendously. Speedy, what's the matter with Speedy? Hold on. Anywho. So she talks more about being left alone. Okay, sis, thanks. Okay. It's all good. Aw, awesome. So the more she says and indicates she wants to be left alone, then he got to respond 1 minute after she said that. I'm pretty sure I told you if I moved out, I was done. Now you have to live with these consequences. He goes on to say, I would like to sign papers on April 1st. Didn't she just address that? I'm just saying. You need to take responsibility for the house you're living in, the electric that you guys are burning up. If you think I'm paying alimony, then I'm going after becoming the primary parent of the kids. Yeah, he didn't leave her alone. I'm waiting for you to get past my addiction. And then 2012, for 10 plus years, I tried. I'm tired of waiting on you. I want a decision made. And she replies, at 1 o'clock. I'm working right now. Same day. Now we're at 1. The last time he texted was 12:30. Then he texts again at 1:14. Oh yeah, and rug addiction. He said, tonight at 10 p.m., I want to hear what you want from our divorce. I can't read the rest of that. It's about the children. That's about the child. It was this whole big thread over one question. He just made it very difficult to even get a fucking answer. Where did James go? Yeah, I think he made her financially destitute. I do. I know, Brittany. Did he say anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
All he said was,
He'll be
let me
back.
go back.
He asked why his oldest child was accusing him of keeping the younger child from Tracy and not letting you say goodnight. This is absolutely madness. You purposely hurting my relationship with my son by lying and being manipulative. She replied, I didn't say nothing to him. I texted him when I couldn't reach her to see if he was still there. So he said, leave me alone. I don't need your stress right now. I only told him I couldn't reach her.
All he said it was, I see y'all later.
Okay. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
He asked if he had mail at the house because he's waiting on a card. He hadn't received hers. She said some junk mail, but I saved it just in case.
Hey, Nana.
Welcome in. Now the drama's fucking gone. Um, Jerry speaks of, I'll be also getting a waiver this week. I expect you to sign it. It releases me and you from any negative consequences during the separation year. If you want me to continue to pay all the bills, you will sign it. Well, damn. Not controlling much. Hope you're doing well, Nana. She texted him back, I'm trying to work. Let me know a time to discuss the waiver if needed. We're leaving in 10 minutes. What time should my mom pick child up? About 3 is good. I didn't know if you had to work or anything. Do you even care about this waiver? What the waiver is? I'll read it when it gets here, she says. Exactly. And these texts are still the same day. Well, these are on the, now I'm on the 18th. So we go through that many pages between the 12th and the 18th. I couldn't read some of it because it was about children. I'm not going to read about the kids. Uh-huh. It would be easier if we could discuss it so we could actually do it one time and not have to go back to the lawyer several times. It's good to see that you're going to make this difficult as our normal life. So basically, you're just wasting time, my money, to delay. Are you getting legal advice from Team Trump? He goes on to say, we can have a conversation now, and we can have it tonight, or we can have it tomorrow after son leaves for school. Your choice. Gonna play the ignore me all afternoon game you love. So after all those texts, because he texted all that between 11:48 and 12:01. If he had cameras, or did he just have cameras, or I don't know. I think it was just cameras, motion cameras. But see, even the regular cheap cameras, you can actually watch a live feed. So at 12:04, she answers him back. I didn't have my phone. You could send me screenshots of it ahead of time, I guess. I'm going to be very simple, he says. I released both of us from any liability during the separation because I'm all ready to move the F on. Also, April 1st, you need to have your financial plan in stone. If it's not, I'm going to have papers drawn up that state that I gave you on that orange form, and you can take it or leave Palmetto Street. You can find yourself your own effing dime. If you're going to ignore me, I'll be over tomorrow morning to discuss this with you. She answers back, I don't carry my phone with me in the house. Okay, I'm waiting on a response. I didn't get them by tonight. I'll be over tomorrow night. I'll discuss in person. Clearly, this text messages only isn't working. She said, respond to what?
No.
Are you on board with the waiver?
No.
She says, I haven't seen it.
No.
Do you agree with the concept? I don't know anything about it. Do you want to send me a screenshot? She was inside the house. He said she went right in. I know the lawyer he had for the divorce thing. So he goes on to say, I will say if Jerry F's someone you don't have to say. And it can't be held against me in court. Are you on board? Well, obviously say the same, but the only difference is they aren't allowed in the house. I'm paying for, otherwise you forfeit any claim to Palmetto Street. Here's where you're missing the point. We can dictate how this goes if you can stop being angry at me and we can come to an agreement. If this has to go before a judge, if you can't come to an agreement with me, I will be forced to move back in. She responds with, I'm not angry at you. When will I get the waiver? And he goes, when we agree to terms. She asked if a lawyer was doing it. And he said, yes, my lawyer will be doing it. Really? That's not how it's felt the past few years. Can you give him or her my email if you want? Or you can send it. I can read it. Oh, he would have, just out of spite. He would have.
Go. Go. Go.
He goes, I'll be over tomorrow to discuss it. I'm tired of this already. I want the terms worked out before it's drawn up. Is that too much to ask you? This is what you wanted. So be a big girl and live with your decisions. She replied, your lawyer wants my input before drawing it up? Question mark. Oh, good night, Speedy Grandma. He said the lawyer doesn't need anything from you currently. This is an agreement between us that while we are separated, if either of us meets someone, then the other can't use it against in court. Do you understand? I can come over and explain it if needed. I know it. She replied, I understand what you're saying. I guess have him draw it up. How will it be sent to me? I'll hand deliver it to you. I guess. Will you sign it? This has nothing to do with bills. This is about being free to move on without legal consequences. I also think it's best to tell the kids, and I don't want to lie and have them think we are salvageable. Can you please assist son in gathering and taking out bowls for his lunch? Yeah. Well, from what I read in the court documents that was started for the divorce, okay? Her lawyer quit on her, okay?
There you go. There you go.
Her lawyer quit. And that's the sad part. Her lawyer quit.
No. No, can't go. Get too many papers out.
We can only speculate why, to be honest. Well, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the court papers for lawyer relief to be on him. But when she was giving him what she had, I'll tell him, Brittany. Somebody sent me the picture, and I've just put it up on here. I need to find one, though. Let me see when he quit, because I got the documents here. So they're having another court date, I guess, to close the case now that Tracy is not here with us. I don't know. His lawyer was Amy Kristen Raffaldt, Raffaldt, was his lawyer. And William Pavey was her lawyer. They have a connection that could easily do that. Okay, Brittany, I love you, baby.
Hi.
Have a good night, darling.
Night. Love you.
I love you too, baby.
I see you tomorrow.
Okay, darling. I hate that I have to go over this case and not give her the attention she deserves. I'm trying to see the date and that he quit. Hold on. I know. Okay, her lawyer quit October. He put in a notice for hearing for motion to be relieved as counsel October 21st, and on November 1st, there was a revised amendment notice of hearing on a motion to relieve as counsel for plaintiff, which is for Tracy. Oh, really, Shelley? Ooh, thank you, just a girl. Ooh, bunny vanilla, too. Okay, Shelley, thank you. Have a good night, sis. figured there was something that stuck about that. About what, Janie? Oh, yeah, JDJ. Yeah, I agree, Janie. I agree. I agree. Jerry's a real asshole. Now, Jerry proclaims he doesn't know why JP sued her. Yeah. Oh, awesome. Extensive and sustained misconduct by my former attorney during his representation of me in an active family court matter in Horry County. His behavior has violated multiple rules of professionalism or professional conduct, has directly constituted to severe ongoing harm to me and my children, including psychological trauma, financial exploitation, and endangerment due to failed legal protections. Custody divorce complainee retained by complaint for representation in family court proceedings in Horry County Family Court, South Carolina, May of 24. Monies paid, May 24, 300 consultation, $10,000 retainer, September 2024, 5,000 additional retainer. August 24, expenses for hearing, which complainee was the attorney of record, approximately $5,100 incurred due to complainee's misconduct. Brief overview of alleged misconduct. Whoa. Why do people just come in here and hit follow and leave? Thanks, Harry. Violations of professionalism, ethical and legal duties, including but not limited to breach of fiduciary duty, breach of conduct and failure to perform agreed upon legal actions, refuse to provide protection against known abuse and danger, deception regarding expertise and critical psychological conditions, misappropriation and or misuse of retainer funds, gross negligence and failure to file critical motions and evidence, violation of the Americans with Disability Act, biased conduct that favored opposing counsel to the detriment of a client, abandonment of representation despite ongoing violations and abuse. Evidence withheld and ignored. Failed to submit crucial evidence, including that of a child endangerment, domestic violence, substance abuse by the defendant. I was unaware of omission until the hearing. Whoa. Failure to protect despite repeated pleas. Despite providing extensive evidence of stalking, harassment, property destruction, financial abuse, identity theft, several psychological trauma complex PTSD, Mr. Pavey refused to file for emergency protective order and emergency relief. He went so far as to state he would no longer read emails regarding abuse and blocked my calls during crisis periods. Deceptive claims of knowledge and experience. Oh my God. Mr. Pavey claimed knowledge and experience in pathological, coercive control, abuse, and complex trauma, and clearly stated to prioritize deciding factors in retaining him. He was provided a professional development treatment roadmap specific to complex compounding trauma, which clearly stated that the effective recovery could only begin once safety and stability were in place, which that the source of the trauma, ongoing contact with the defendant ceased. Despite knowing that my treatment, and by extension to the safety and well-being of my children, was limited to therapies focused solely on symptom management until an appropriate order of protection was in place. He continued to refuse to file this previously agreed upon emergency motion. More importantly, he continued to intentionally ignore child abuse despite the knowledge of ongoing endangerment. of the potential lifelong damage to my children. And he did this knowing that the trauma treatment roadmap development with the appropriately licensed professionals could not begin until safety was established, therefore facilitating increasingly compounded consequences. Wow, improper negotiations and bias. Mr. Pavey continued unauthorized negotiations with opposite counsel after promising to stop. He acknowledged emotional sympathy for the defendant's attorney and pressured me to accept detrimental agreements based on manipulated and false claims. Oh my God. Procedural misconduct. Mr. Pavey sent only 2 of the 5 agreed upon subpoenas. One of those 2 to the correct party, verbally agreed to false information to the court, failed to submit agreed upon evidence, failed to consult and retain expert witnesses, agreed to terms detrimental to my children and me, and drafted order with multiple errors. Even after I obtained the transcripts to correct these errors, as he was unable to recall the judge's rulings, he submitted the order with the remaining inaccuracies without allowing me my review as promised. He went as far to provide the transcript, which I obtained at my own personal expense, to the opposing attorney, whose input and review he did allow before filing. This is sad and sick, y'all. Neglect and abandonment following the series of refusals to act on court-ordered violations by the defendant, and the increasingly dangerous consequences due to the lack of effective legal order to protect and inability to begin effective treatment for trauma and panic. Mr. Pavey threatened to recuse himself if I continued to request protective motions. Then he filed for a recusal, abandoning representation amid a crisis involving continued abuse and compounding trauma upon the children and myself. The impact his misconduct had contributed to ongoing depraved abuse for 11-year-old daughter, inaccurate court records that continue to pose long-term harm, increased severity of psychological trauma to my children and me, ongoing abuse including financial endangerment to the minor by the opposing party, financial hardship due to the ineffective and incomplete legal work. This is sick. The requested action, I respectfully request the South Carolina Office of Disciplinary Counsel conduct a full investigation on Mr. Pavey's conduct. His actions have violated the rules of professional conduct, and his continued practice without accountability endangers further clients, especially those in high-risk family law divorce and custody cases involving abuse and trauma. I have submitted supporting materials and evidence of alleged violations. I'm prepared to provide any and all additional support materials upon your request. Sincerely, Tracy Hermes. Holy shit. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. She paid $310,000 and another 5,000 August of 24 expenses for the hearing. So there was $20,000. Oh my God. I mean, I've got a copy of the whole case or the whole case on family court. Now, they did motion the court to, I guess, squash the rest of it because she's no longer with us. And they're requesting to also seal it. Yep, I agree. I agree. Wow. This is nuts. I need to separate this part. I don't know how in hell. Okay, this is for the FBI report. That'll be separate. This is, wow. Tracy was a very smart lady. Extremely smart. And even though she was having a lot of issues, I truly believe that she had the capability of wording it exactly how she did. Holy shit. Oh my God. This is crazy. This is crazy. You're welcome. I'm baffled. Shelley, if you have anything else, please forward it to me, please. please. Huh. This is, I'm going to keep this in here for the FBI report I have out for these other accounts. That way these are separated from Tracy's file, which is getting really thick. Holy shit. This is fucking crazy. Oh, that's the text messages. I need to keep that on top. This is not all of it. I printed 21 to 30 pages of text messages out of over 600. This is this here is just from my messenger. Yeah. I wish I knew how to download text messages. Wow. I wonder when this was dated. Okay, shall we? Shelley, when was that email dated that she wrote up? She didn't email that to you? How did you send it to the email? Did you copy and paste? Oh, wow. Oh, thank you for getting that. Everybody did. Callie didn't help. She hindered. Everybody did. The Popo ignored her. The lawyer ignored her. Regina Ward ignored her, according to her. But how? I mean, you know, to where? To whom? You can't make a report online and send anything. Yeah, Dragonfly, you're right. Shelley, did you send to anybody? Because I will not send it to Horry County or Myrtle. I don't know. I gotta get her name again. Yeah, Janie. Oh, man. I gotta listen to the videos to get her name again. You know how... it is difficult because it was kind of like everywhere. Let me write. Okay, Dana. Oh, wow. Whatever else you can send, Shelley. That's why and with Danielle pulling her shit, it makes things so difficult because my days are so jam-packed. I mean, why can't it be a big, huge combined effort? Fuck. I know there, plenty of people listen when I read these. But other than that, it's all I got. Thanks, Just a Girl. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks, Harry. I feel like I'm looking at all this alone. I don't know, Sarah. Danielle pulled her shit, and I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. Because of her. And her paranoid mind. I can't do this whole thing by myself. I got it. I try to be. There's been so many supporters for Micah, and so many supporters for Chris, and other people like Spivey, and where are they at for Tracy?
I don't want to sit down.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Good night, hon.
Good night, Dad.
Oh, don't feel good.
I'm sorry. Your knee's bothering you?
Yeah.
Well, be careful with that heat pad, okay?
Yeah. 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 I talked to Laura.
Yeah.
Said they went down to Gary today. They have to make an appointment.
I know, Ange. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on
Yeah.
comments right quick. They held emergency hearing that she wasn't made aware of.
I'll see you in the morning, hon.
All right, Dad, I love you. If you need something, holler.
Okay, hon.
But to send them the stuff the way it was sent to me is a lot. And to go through it all, I think the reasoning was probably that she would run with them. I think that would be the reason. Um, Not only that, he was living in the home. She was evicted. She was bouncing place to place.
Hey Tree, I accidentally hit the wrong button, so I didn't mean
Okay, honey. No
to. All
worries.
right.
You seen how thick my papers are. I haven't gone through it in full to even pull the pertinent stuff out. I stay so damn busy. I was late coming in, after cleaning the day and then cooking dinner and taking a shower and then coming on here. One file is over 214 text. The other file is 215 text. Another file is full of text messages to people he had affairs with. Did you see how thick the papers I have now that I haven't even fully all the way and gone through? I'm obsessing over it too, trying to find what I can find. What scanners? See, I can't go through all the Justice for Micah book of faces on my account because he has me blocked. I could only find 3 before I got blocked. I still have to go through and get all the pertinent stuff out to do it. I can't just take this whole big pile of paper to do it. I mean, it would be helpful if people that actually knew what she was going through to do affidavits of some kind. And I want to know when Callie talked to Jerry, I want to know what the connection is with JP to sue her. And I want to hear that 911 call. And it's pretty fucked up that Danielle has withheld every fucking thing on purpose. That's why I say she don't give 2 rats fuck about DB. Yeah, Dragonfly, I agree. Well, Dana, I get that part, but you know, my other obligations here, I only got so much time. I know, I know. I wish somebody would get me the FOIAs, the 911 call. Then maybe I can match some of this stuff to some of the allegations or whatever. If people can check the Justice for Micah book bases, okay? Look under members. Type in Jerry. He'll be under Jerry Scott. If he's on any of them, screenshot it and send it to me. Speedy Grandma, did you want to come up? I would like to know, though, Dana. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, I know, Janie. I need screenshots of every group he's in. Justice for Micah, comments on people who are Justice for Micah. Those Justice for Micah sites will tell when he joined it. Oh, that'd be awesome. I only got 3. But whichever ones, I mean, I know everybody, there's a bunch of them. I'm not a part of all of them, but I can't look for him because I'm blocked. And some of them are private groups. So even the private groups that I've joined, I can't find him in it because he's got me blocked. So if anybody is member of multiple Justice for Micah book bases, please look under the members and type in Jerry Scott. And if he's there, screenshot him being there and when he joined. Hey, Sleuthing. I need those screenshots. Every one of the Justice for Micah, I want to see how many he's in. And it's an awful shame that that stupid motherfucker is still on those Justice for Micah book-based pages after stalking Tracy for a year in them. How you doing, Sleuthing? Probably so. I bet it did, Sleuthing. I wish I'd been there for it. Poor Tracy, man. Sleuthing, if you're part of any of the Justice for Micah book faces, can you look in the members part and look for Jerry Scott? And screenshot when he joined it, if he's there, and send it to me, please. He's blocked me. I can't look in anymore. I've got 3 that he was in. Technically 4, but he was kicked out of the 1. I so much appreciate it. Because it proves he stalked her. And I believed he talked to Callie. And Callie treated her awful. Thank you, Carrie. Fuck. I don't... I tell you, this is not counting the other stuff. Okay? That I gotta decipher and work through. Hey. Okay, there's a way to see when he joined. You might have to click his name and it goes to the profile for the site. Should show when he joined. Wait a minute, it does. Member of Justice for Micah since December of 24. Wow. Hey, Steph. Well, I was going over some text messages about Tracy, reading the emails between Callie and Tracy. And then somebody sent me something because I had looked through the court documents for family court, and her lawyer quit on her, and then she filed a formal complaint against the attorney after paying him $20,000. Jerry stalked her on the Justice for Micah sites for a year. I truly believed he had a conversation with Callie because of what he said to Danielle during their phone conversation and what Tracy had wrote Callie. And yesterday I read where she had wrote me on the book of face. I printed it out in case her book of face disappeared. And what she told me about Regina that I had forgot about. And a text message with an Officer Scott. Was also in that chat. As well as one of the recordings when she called for when he snatched the phone out of her hand. And she said she was going to take all of her recordings to file a report. And they said that she could be arrested for harassment. May of 25. Stupid bastard. I want to get to the bottom line of why JP sued Tracy. And I guess want to find out why a lot of people aren't interested. What are you talking about, JDJ? They don't care to maintain it. From what I understood, Exposing started it, and they were supposed to maintain it. And nobody has. And I think that's what's really got me upset, is how, after seeing all this stuff and reading some of this stuff, and then going back and looking at what she wrote me on Messenger, and the other recordings, she was driven. Thanks, Shelley. She was driven to harm herself. Thanks, Lucy. Out of 11. 1, 2, 3. Probably the same 3 I found. There's another one, but they actually kicked him out of it. And there's a copy of the text. I think I have a screenshot of it. That Jerry on the 7th. Now Tracy died on the 4th. On the 7th, he was messaging the admins to ask to remove Tracy because she had passed away. Yeah. I think it is. Hi, Beth. We're talking about Tracy Hermes. Thank you. I gotta buy more paper. I just now got black ink from my HP ink, so there, I can print that out. Writing to one of the Facebook Justice for Micahs. Justice for Micah Francis and Justice for Micah. On the 7th of December at 12:41 p.m., Can you remove the anonymous post by my ex, Tracy Hermes? She committed self-unaliving at my house on Thursday. We have been separated for 2 years, and I have not spoken to her since April of this year. Yeah, he was actually deleted out of there after one of the admins saw it was like a message request that she found. This one. $167 points. That one has 20K. That one only has 317. Okay. I got it. I think I got that one. The ones... I think that was the message I just got here. To that one, yeah. Okay. That is one sick, twisted asshole. Okay. All right, let me go so I can work on this. I got messages coming in left and right. Good night, Harry. Love you too, honey. It'll be another 4 or 5 o'clock in the fucking morning for me. Just like every morning. Just like every single night. Because it's the only time I got dedicated for this, so... Everybody have a good night. Much love, y'all.